Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill and I am so excited about today's video. So first and foremost, hi to John and Sandy. This one's for you. And everyone, if you're tuning in for the first time, you can always reach me at 303-562-8659. Again, 303-562-8659. I am here in sunny Colorado. I'm at our Frederick location. I work for Transwest Truck Trailer RV, and I am in my favorite RV, best value for dollar of all time. This is the first RV I bought from Transwest, and I can't wait to show you the improvements for 2023. And as usual, Jody, if you don't mind, let's start from the inside out. Go ahead and take her on back. So I have a 2022 Superstar, and I'm sure you're all thinking, well, why is this your favorite RV? And I'll tell you why. This is the most efficient spend of money and the best value for dollar on the marketplace. Renegade Veronas are so fantastic. They have so many things that make them high-end vehicles at a nice entry-level price point in the Super C segment. This is an 8.9 liter Cummins. It's got 1,150 foot-pounds of torque, a 20,000 pound towing capacity, 360 horsepower engine, but that 1,150 foot-pounds of torque is where it's at. And then most importantly, 150 gallons of fresh water, 75 gallons of gray water, 75 gallons of black water, 2 air conditioners, an 8 kilowatt Onan quiet diesel generator, which is running now. And if you can tell, all you can hear is the air conditioning right now. It is really quiet. So I wanted to start today just by covering, this is a brand new 2023 model. This is the biggest change, the Lakewood interior. We've always had spiced brandy, and I really applaud Renegade for their choice of color. Very neutral, kind of a putty color. It's not gray, it's not brown, it's kind of in between, so it should check all the boxes for the various interiors you can get. This is what we'll call sandstone, but it's really sandy stone. When we went through all of the choices, John and Sandy had to make a decision between cappuccino and sandstone, so we went with sandy stone. I think it's absolutely lovely. I love the way the valances tie in with the wood color. The tufted headboard is fantastic. As you can see, we have our reading lights on. We have our same fantastic craftsmanship. So this Amish craftsmanship that you see that comes out of Elkhart, Indiana is really second to none. Really nice storage up above the headboard. You've got windows that open on either side of the headboard as well for cross ventilation. And you've got your MCD blackout and day shades both. And look at how cool these are. There's kind of a linen texture to them. So really, really awesome. Something that's new for 2023, in addition to the Lakewood interior for the wood, is going to be the fact that we have not only a 110, a USB, but we also have a Type-C outlet now on either side of the headboard, on the left and the right. Another thing you'll note that I'm doing right now, I'm standing next to the bed. The reason I'm doing this is because this is a constant complaint for people not being able to get out of both sides. And this is an iRelax mattress. So this is a RV King. The RV Kings are different sizes, so you'll want to get a special fitted sheet for this RV King bed, but you can use pretty much everything else, like all the king size blankets and all the king size comforters, pillows, all those things when you go shopping. But this bed is super, super comfy. And if you don't like something too firm or too soft, it really kind of floats in between. It definitely has a memory foam feel to it. And then Jody, if you'll step over this way, I'm going to kind of slide over and show another feature that I really like about this RV. We sell these to a ton of different people. One of the segments that we sell them to a lot are snowmobilers. So if you've got long bibs that you'd like to be able to hang up, you can do that. Another very popular destination, of course, these Super Cs are ideal for people who are pulling side-by-sides and dune buggies. So if you're going coastal and you've got your wetsuits that you need to bring in and store before you go to your next trip, this is a great place for those as well. Otherwise, there's 2 nice generous sized wardrobes. And as you can see, another really high-end feature of this coach, when I close this cabinet, the magnet lets the cabinet know to turn the lights off. So they just come on and they go off automatically when the cabinet doors are closed. Super handy. I also wanted to spend a little more time just showing you, I always say, oh, here's your television, but 4K Samsung TVs with all of the different features that you would want now in the current marketplace, we do have the Wi-Fi option on this coach. The client is also going to get a 4G version of Cradlepoint. I have the 5G. Depending on what you're using it for, it just gives you the ability to control your bandwidth and the data that you're bringing into the RV. But you can watch, everything through Netflix, stream all your audio, and then as you can see, you also have a Blu-ray player. So the Blu-ray player is down here. You also have the HDMI cord is already set up, the cable cord set up. So all in that traditional fashion by Renegade, a great job in terms of just making everything plug and play, easy to use. I love these full extension, really big drawers. Again, the cabinetry, nice, solid, soft close. 4 more drawers here for a total of 6 in this bedroom. One of the things I think that's so nice about the VSB is that these drawers are a great size to be able to separate them with guests. So if you've got 2 or 3 people that are camping with you, they can each have their own drawer, and you'd still have enough for yourself for your permanent, clothing and things that you just take with you all the time. Another thing I wanted to talk about, which is really important in this coach, is ceiling height. So your 7-foot ceilings, big deal. Another good feature to understand and know about, something that people ask me about a lot. How tall is this coach? It's 12 feet, 10 inches tall. In terms of how long is this coach is going to be 36 feet and 11 inches long. So you can call this a 36, it's really 37 feet, but you get so much living space. And then we've got this Firefly app that's just fantastic. But the other thing I want to show you is just on these remotes, like just getting to Netflix these days, having all of your smart TV capacities, really easy, very simple. It's just not a lot of work. And of course, when you're buying a used coach, that's something that you have to consider, technology. This coach is wired for everything. And when I say wired for everything, we also have for 2023 all new tank sensors, and I can't wait to show you the readouts because you've never seen anything like this in a Verona 36 VSB. Now, but before I do, Jody, step back just a few seconds. I'm going to show this as one of those great features. I love how solid this pocket door is. It's really nice, completely closed, but I can also close this door. So this is another really super solid pocket door, and I can close this door. So what that's doing is it's allowing me to have actually 2 rooms here in the bathroom. I have one room where I can be getting dressed, getting ready for the day. Someone else can be taking a shower or using the facilities without interrupting each other. So you can be using this RV with 2 people really comfortably in the mid-bath area and have complete separation. For those of you that are out there in the marketplace, looking at maybe a Jayco, looking at a DynaQuest, Dynamax, I've got to tell you, one of the best features of this coach is going to be the build quality of the cabinets and how nicely it's put together. But one of the most efficient uses of space for a shorter coach is going to be this 36 VSB. Now you'll note that we have a really nice medicine cabinet here, really wide. One of the things I really like about Renegade is I call this a motor cabin. It's very simple. It's not ornate. Everything is really easy to use. But that being said, it's also really advanced. So you'll see we have 2 of these control panels now in this coach where we used to just have one. Very convenient to have one both in the front of the coach where the galley is and then also in the middle of the coach. So if it's bedtime and you want to come in maybe and turn the temperature down, you can go over here to your home screen, hit your temperature button, change the temperature, turn off or on, whatever you'd like. You can also bring in your awning from here if you'd like in the morning, or extend it. So if you're getting up in the morning, the sun's coming out, maybe it's a little blustery the night before, you can get everything ready just here from the center while you're getting up and ready in the morning. So I really like these Firefly app and the control panel right here in the center of the coach, because you don't always have your phone out and ready to go. All of that being said, one of the major benefits of getting a Renegade over a Newmar is going to be that their Firefly app with the Vega Touch is going to be so convenient because you can open and close your slides from the exterior of the coach. Now I don't want to miss any opportunity to show you these full extension drawers once again. Nice cabinet space down below. Great place to keep linens. As you can see, one of the best things about Renegade is all their cabinets are very, very basic. Big open cabinets, lots of room in them. They're not misleading. As you can see here, you have this vent This is for your hydronic heat. This is another reason that the Renegade Verona is such a good value for dollar. So you've got 100 gallons of fuel. So you've got two 50-gallon saddle tanks on this coach that are running a 250D aqua hot unit. And that aqua hot unit's running a little tube of glycol all underneath the coach. It's pushing air into the coach for heat. Right now I'm running one of my 215M heat pumps or air conditioning units, but when I need heat and it's cold in the winter, if I'm below 38 to 32 degrees, I really have a hard time getting heat out of those heat pumps. So this is a great way to get very nice heat. This is number one reason why people who have snowmobiles and the like tend to like this coach. And as you can see, where is this located? It's right here in the mid-bath. So in the morning when you're getting up and you're getting ready and your toesies are cold and you might just have your slippers on, really cool that right here where you're to be getting ready, it's all getting warmed up. Now another great feature of this coach is that this is got a permanent naughty spot. So for those of you who have troubled children, you just put them in here, you close this up, and there's this little latch that's magnetic and they can't get out. No, I'm just kidding, that's not what that's for. Don't lock your kids in the shower, it's probably illegal. But the magnetic latch is super awesome, and the reason I like the magnetic latch so much is because it keeps this hot air in the RV, so on a colder day you're actually going to have a nice insulated shower even if it's cold throughout the coach. The other thing that's important to note is that last year they made this modification. This is a small bench, but it's a really efficient shower. As you can see, someone really tall could be in here because you've got a wand. You also have your soap dish. This is adjustable, but when you're shaving your legs, if you're sitting down on this thing, it's really easy to shave your legs. This is not intruding in my back at all, but if I leaned back previously, it would turn the water off. The way that they've orchestrated this now, it won't turn the water off. So a huge improvement in 2022, also carrying in, of course, to 2023. Now, if you look over here to the left, another thing that we've done right for a long time is these Sani Marin toilets are porcelain. Really nice throne, lots of leg room, tons of room up top to store not only your tank treatments but also extra toilet paper, some washcloths, maybe some hand towels. So just great, oversight, great place to hang a big towel, easy to access, and most importantly, like I said, when you sit here, it's got a lot of room. So even if you're a big guy, you're going to be comfortable here, and I think that that's really important. Another major benefit of this coach, people tell me all the time, I don't need a washer and dryer. Okay, you might not need a washer and dryer, but I'll tell you what, if you had a washer and dryer, you could bring about a third of the clothes that you would need to bring for 2 weeks. Because you could bring 5 or 6 pairs of socks, a few pairs of jeans and some shorts, and then when it was time to do laundry, you could do your laundry while in motion even. So if you're in between campsites and you're on a road trip, just fire up that 8K generator, and you've got 150 gallons of fresh water, 75-gallon gray tank. You could do all of your laundry while in motion. And as you can see, this isn't one of those parts of the coach that doesn't close. So you're going to always have access to this while in motion. I have a Bunk model Superstar, and I actually have to put my slide out to switch my laundry over. I think that this is a huge plus. And where Jody's standing, you'll note that when this coach is closed up, there's actually a bed here. So if you're doing your laundry, you could literally be going down the road folding everything, and you've got a great surface here to put all of your clean clothes before you get to your next location. When you arrive, all you got to do is put them in the drawer and head out and grab a beer. Sounds like a good idea to me. Now you'll notice that today I have all of the beds out. And why did I do that? I don't know. Putting these together is kind of a trick when you're live on television. So I thought, in the best interest of saving time, I would be able to get my measurements in. Here we've got 57 inches. This is another improvement this year. So new furniture, a little more posh, but 57 inches. And then in terms of depth, you have just about 42 inches. It goes out to 44 over here, but I'll consider that 42 inches at the center there. And this is what this little cushion, people always ask me, what's that cushion for? It goes right there for the bed, and you always find them up here in the cabinets for some reason. That's just where they put them. But one thing I wanted to make mention of, a lot of times I'll have folks that go, oh, my cushions don't fit. Well, they do. They're just in there really tight to give you a nice solid surface. So they actually fit pretty well underneath there. And then you can stow them here underneath. I actually would use this to keep like all of our electronic devices and the like. I probably wouldn't bring those along because I'm very unlikely to need to put kiddos in this area. But for those of you that have grands going on trips with you, great place to be able to do this. And then of course, after you get to your location, you can still use that for storage. And I wanted to show you another improvement. I have the list of things that have changed for 2023 provided by Adam, our factory rep. He sent me over a nice documentation. They've changed the names of the countertops. Like, this is no longer Ocean Mist. It's a different name, but it's the same color that came with the sandstone initially. They upgraded the couch construction so they're a little more poofy. But one of the things I really liked about this is, as you can see, we still have our 2 seat belts on the forward facing side of the booth, but now this is closed and covered up. And in the past, there was kind of like a gap here. And I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you have that gap there, it actually makes it kind of inconvenient if something falls back there. So I love the fact that they've actually covered this year. It wasn't listed on the upgraded changes, but having owned a 36 VSB, it's something that I really appreciate, and I think it's a good modification for this year. Also, I wanted to make sure that I made note of, for those of you that might have a growing family, what's really cool about this is if you had a car seat that you needed to have forward facing, you can put this table down and then have your car seats anchored in, and you could actually have a rear facing car seat in this area, which I think is a really huge benefit. Another benefit that we're gonna have, let's see if I can get this up here past. You might be able to tell that I did a little experimentation earlier. But anyway, so lock this bad boy into place. Again, super simple mechanisms. Nothing is difficult in Renegade. They make everything very simple. This is a really big booth. So in terms of space, if you had 2 people side by side here, I mean, I don't know, that's pretty comfortable. You've got quite a bit of space, lots of belly room if you've, had a lot of steak for dinner or whatever, big burger. And then once again, really nice to have these windows here. And I do want to show how they open. This is one of the features I also really like about this coach. We don't spend a lot of time in our RV except for when it's raining. And so this is great because you can still have the fresh air. It's not all muggy and stuffy inside of your RV. And then if you're having a siesta, again, look at that beautiful tweed curtain. They've done a really nice job with these MCD shades. And also there's another opening window here, another opening window above the couch, and then another opening window to the left side of the couch as well. So another feature that's different for this year is going to be this bed. So this bed is super cool. It actually looks like recliners when it's put away. I want to show you how much room I have though, because I am not the tallest person in the world, but I would probably not keep that there and have a little more headroom. But this is a lot of space. When I was setting this up earlier, I was like, well, where's this new poofy thing gonna hit my butt? And it's nice because it's right under my knees. It's not intrusive. And this is this tri-fold sofa. This is super, super comfortable to sleep on. So if you're wondering what my opinion of it is, I would stand by this and say this is a very, very comfortable alternate sleeping situation for maybe if your daughter and son are coming with their kids, they would be comfortable sleeping here. Of course, any child would be happy to go anywhere in an RV because RVs are cool. But let's talk about folding it up and taking a look at how it looks when it's folded up, because it's very awesome. Now you'll note that over here we have another 2 110s, another USB port, and a Type C. Kind of light for storage if you or for charging if you ask me. But check it out, underneath the table right here on the right hand side there's another USB port. So you have lots and lots of storage. Oh no, I lost the bling out of my ring. I want y'all to know we're doing a lot of orange and blue today because this is the opening night, Monday night, first game of the season for our Denver Broncos. So we say go Broncos. We've got our orange and blue kicking. That is why I'm wearing the ruffle butt shirt. It's not exactly my best fashion statement, but it gets the point. We will do anything for our Broncos here in Colorado. Very excited about our new quarterback. Here are 3 seat belts. So I know I mentioned earlier that you could have a total of 5 seat belts in this unit, which you do. And also the front 2 seats, so you've got a total of 7 seat belts throughout the RV. These would not be ideal for a rear-facing car seat because they're sideways, and you want to have that baby facing towards the front just in case there's an accident. So having that forward-facing seatbelt situation in that booth is really, really awesome. But all of that being said, check out how easy this is to close. So one of the things I'll tell you, I get new coaches in all the time, and I was just saying last week, everyone's cutting corners. Everyone's, trying to adjust for the economy. And I said, Newmar, didn't lock. Newmar is not doing that. Newmar, seriously? Okay, did it go? Yes. No, it's still coming out. Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties. There we go. You gotta get that latch in there or this cushion comes down. Okay, so now that we've got this in, take a look at how cool this new couch is. Super, super poofy. And like I said, so Newmar has been increasing and improving their product quality in the last 2 years. And as it turns out, this is my first 2023 Verona that I've seen. Renegade is as well. This is their new couch. This is a huge improvement on the furniture from last year. Much more comfy, much more posh. You got cup rests or cup holders in the armrests. This is a very, very nice improvement. I'm actually really excited to see what they've done with the theater seats because I wasn't a huge fan of last year's theater seats. They're okay. This is awesome. This feels like luxury living, and very easily you could have 3 people watching TV. So we love that feature. Now, let's talk about space. So this is a queen size bed, but what's really nice about this is, once again, you've got 5 feet, so 60 inches of sitting surface. Really, really cool for people who want to have all the kids over watching TV, turn the 2 chairs around the front. But more importantly, for those of you that are big, it's a 21-inch depth to the cushion. So nice, nice room. Now, things that we have improved in the past that we've continued for 2023, we removed the handles off of the refrigerator. So as you can see, there's just little cups underneath that you open and close, and here on top. But still that same fantastic refrigerator. Lots of deep drawer space. Very, very simple once again. Not complicated. Great Samsung unit. And huge, huge ice maker. Big top storage. But look at the depth of that bottom storage. There's so much room down here. So huge improvement over, anyone who's looking at something that has like that Norcold 4-door refrigerator. This is going to give you so much more space. Once again, this is absolutely one of my favorite values for dollar in the marketplace, and I have a unit coming in that's available. It should be a September production, so if you'd like to call up, make some changes, get one ordered. I order these all the time, and like I said, this is for John and Sandy. This is exactly what they wanted, and they're getting it the right way because they were willing to put in an order, waited just a few months, and now it's here. They're on their way back down from Alaska. They'll take it home to Texas. They'll camp here for a few nights. We'll make sure everything is ship-shape and top-notch. They'll have a great walkthrough experience with Wade Phoenix, our walkthrough technologist. And then even more importantly, they have a gentleman by the name of Bill Habercorn, who's like a walking encyclopedia. So in coming into a new unit, one of the nicest things about buying a Transwest is that you can come in, buy an RV from us. We literally drive you out to the parking lot, plug you into 50 amp, make sure you have enough water, and we let you go ahead and get moved in. Turn everything on, run the dishwasher, run the washing machine, load the refrigerator, all of those things. This one doesn't really have a dishwasher, so you can't do that. But I mean, we could install one if you wanted one. I don't know where we'd put it, but we do install dishwashers. But no, so all those things though that you want to do, just system checks are so nice before you hit the road, so that the first time you're camping, you're not finding out that your tank sensor is not reading correctly, or your washing machine didn't have the valve turned on, or whatever it might be. Like, all that stuff can happen here, so we can make sure that you have a fantastic first camping trip, as opposed to taking that maiden voyage and figuring out what you don't know while you're out there on your own. That being said, Bill Habercorn is a full-time employee who does nothing but answer calls from our clients. He is your own hotline if you buy your RV from this dealership, to help walk you through questions you might not understand. Now, everything is always in your books, but having someone like Bill be able to pick up the phone and guide you through or walk you through something that you might not have been able to find is a huge, huge advantage to buying an RV from us. Okay, so another thing I really like about Renegade, that's red. It's closed. That means when I'm driving down the freeway, that's red. It's closed. If it's not, when I take a nice turn, all the sodas are going to end up on the floor. I love their simple to read, easy, well-labeled buttons. The other thing I really like about the Renegade Verona is this. So, lots of people are using air fryers, rice cookers, coffee pots, things like that when they're out camping these days. It is so nice to have so much big cabinet space and access. And then on top of it, for those of you who want to have access all the way to the back of your cabinets, you have these full extension soft close drawers, and you have different sizes. These are great for XO containers. They work really, really nice. If you want to know how tall the bottom ones are, I would if I was buying one of these. They're just about 8.5 inches tall. And then in terms of your overall depth, you've got 25 inches on interior space. And in terms of the overall width, you are going to have just under 8 inches, call it 7.5 inches across on the inside. So for those of you that are looking to see whether or not you can get your stuff in there, hopefully that helps a little bit. The other thing to note, these are adjustable. So it's really the width here that you're going to be concerned about. I call from the inside of the door. So that's going to be just about 9.5 inches would clear this little guy down here. So lots and lots of storage here. This is incredible. Look at how much storage is up here. So just to give you an idea, that's 2 feet deep. That is so much storage. And then once again, I kind of go according to this, just about 7 inches tall. So great place to put along Tupperware. We keep our bread in a Tupperware above our refrigerator. We actually did get a little critter, Stuart Little, moved into our RV, found our bread underneath our dinette, and after that we just use that for things like, I don't know, AirPod plugs and things like that. And we keep all of our dried goods in our cabinets or up top. But that's a little side note maybe you don't want to know about, but it's true. And you still have 12 feet of unadulterated storage. This is one of my favorite features of the Renegade Verona, something I actually miss quite a bit. You can just get those shoe boxes you get at Costco or at the Container Store, and a label maker, label all of them A to Z. That way it doesn't matter where you put F, you know it's going to be somewhere in this vicinity for flashlights, or B for batteries, or whatever it is that you're, outdoor cooking supplies, however your organization works. Really nice to have that flexibility. And I think 100% useful when it comes to being able to take all of the stuff, put it in one location without feeling obliged to locate it next to, like, kitchen supplies have to go here. You can put barbecue stuff above there. It's just in the little box labeled with a B. So we talked in the back about the very easy use for your Sony Blu-ray PlayStation or Sony Blu-ray player. There's your cable to your wine guard system, and also if you wanted to keep your PlayStation, that'd be a great place for it. Right above your high point convection and microwave oven, which is right above. One of my favorite things, something I've actually integrated into the new house that I have, the true induction cooktop. Now I say this a lot in my videos, but this is not a ceramic cooktop. The coil doesn't get hot. You don't have to worry about stuff burning onto the top of it. This is magnetic, and it's so cool because when you put the pot down and it knows it has a magnetic connection, it will work. And when you remove the pot, it will stop working. When you would like to cook something, you could literally boil water with a paper towel on this stove underneath the pot and it wouldn't catch on fire. This is a huge, huge safety feature, but more importantly, you're not dealing with altitude changes. If you're camping at 10,000 feet or you're camping at sea level, you're gonna get the same output with this oven or with this stovetop. You can set it 1 through 5, or you could set it to 350 degrees if that's what you like to cook your bacon at. You can make your eggs at exactly the same temperature every single day, so they always turn out sunny side up just right. So love this cooktop. Another new feature for 2023, beautiful new backsplash in typical Renegade fashion. like I said, they just keep getting better. Just even like the little way that they've trimmed these corners down here is so nice. And then of course we also have your vent up here, so you can turn that on if you're making something smelly. So you've got a little exhaust vent going on, and then another kitchen window. And I've always found this to be very useful. You keep all your dishes here, but for coffee cups and the like, or drink glasses, we'd always keep them over here. So it's just nice, same cabinet, one space, but different access points is really, really handy. Another nice feature about the 36 VSB is how deep this single basin sink is. So we use a collapsible silicone bowl to do, you can fill it up with soapy water and then rinse over here. This is a residential spray and pour feature. So you can turn those on the way you like to have them set up. Really easy if you're spraying off your dishes, or if you're just trying to fill a pot, you might flip one back and forth, you know, to the other. There's my diamond out of my very fancy ring that my 14-year-old daughter got for me at a thrift store. Thank God she hasn't found real jewelry yet, you know? We'd all be in trouble. So here are the brains of the operation. This is going to be a really nicely labeled circuit breaker and fuse box. Everything that you need right here. I'm not going to pop this off because I always have a hard time getting it back on. But as you can see right here, you've got your control panel is completely laid out for you. All of the colors that go into the beautiful skylight exterior, and then your 1-800 number for your customer service line for Renegade and for the parts department. But like I said, when you're working with Mercedes, when you're working with Transwest here in Frederick, Colorado, we have Bill Habercorn. And hold on one quick second, we're having a mic issue. Okay, there we go, back in place. I lose my mic in just about 3/4 of my videos. And by the way, these videos are live. So if anything goes wrong, you're gonna catch it on live TV. So please do me a favor, like, comment below. If you've got questions, there's links down below this video, whether you're watching it on YouTube or you're live with us on Facebook today. But put comments in there. Tell me what you need to know. I'd love to learn more about what you're asking for so I can address it in the future videos. So check that out.
Okay, you have a question.
Oh, cool. Sounds like we've got a live question. What's the question?
Is this coach available now?
No, it's not available now. So the question is this coach available now? No. But I've got one really close behind it that is available in a 36 VSB. So if you're in the market and you would like this RV, I can make it happen really quick. You just have to be a little bit patient. It's a September production. So probably about 6 to 8 weeks after production is when you'll see that coach be deliverable. But certainly within this calendar year. And I have more than one. I have, I think, a total of 7 allocated. So love to get you on the road with one. And please reach out to me. I'd be happy also. The way that we go through this process at my store, or the way I handle things, is I'm really super simple. I email you a build sheet. You check off the boxes. I tell you how much. We put in the order. Deposits are refundable. It's a really, really simple and enjoyable process, which is why I sell so many coaches. Probably 70% of my RVs are sold through these videos and out of state, because we make it easy and we're a delight to deal with. Not to mention we've got a great place to start your camping trip. So another great feature of the VSB, the trash can size. So we actually found a blue one and black one that all fit consecutively in here. This is going to be our indoor. The black and the blue are recycle and outdoor. But look at all the space that you have underneath here. Really, really big, really, really ample space to keep. We always use like a little Craftsman central vac. So we had a handheld vac that we could just plug in and charge the battery on. All of our cleaning supplies fit under here. Just a really, really nice space, and a much, much larger trash can than that of what I have in my Superstar, which I really like a lot. The other thing that's a lot bigger than what I have in my 40-foot Superstar, even at 36 feet, is this counter is literally 71 inches long. It's actually a little bit longer than that, but we'll go with a smaller measurement. And then in terms of depth, 25, almost 26 inches deep here. And then here we have 3 feet, 36 inches deep. I mean, just so much space. I also wanted to measure up here. For those of you who are thinking about bringing friends, great space for it. You got, what is this? Hold on, make sure I'm hitting there. 55 inches in terms, we'll call it 54 for the overall width of the bed. And then in terms of how long it is, there we go. Okay, Jody, let me get my brain on. Hold on. Hey guys, just so you know, it's Monday. I do a video every Monday because I'm a masochist, and Mondays are made for videos. Not really. No, I do a video every Monday so I can get it done with and out of the way for the week. 77 inches across. So that's super, super long. Like you could have someone who's like 6 feet sleeping up there, 6'5", super comfortable. And they have their own lighted area with their own access to USB 110 and Type-C. They have their own light controls, they have their own curtain, and they have their own shade. Now I had this covered today because this is definitely a heat producer, but what's so cool about it is I can close it here, I can close it on either one of my Firefly apps, or like we're gonna see right now, I can also close it on my phone. Now I did want to just show you underneath here. So one of the things that I get a lot from people is, we don't have kids, we don't need a bunk. Well, what we all need is a place to keep extra crap. So what's so nice about this space up here is these are really easily removed, and you've got this nice hard surface down below. So if you wanted to keep things from Costco up here, if you had a bunch of crates that you wanted to bring because you're going on a longer road trip, maybe you want more food supplies, certainly got tons of room. And then this, you could take out these mattresses and still use it for storage, and you could have a shorter amount of storage but still tons of overhead room. And as you can see, this makes it really easy to get in and out of this bunk area. So very, very cool feature there. Don't lose the measuring tape. All right, so Vega Touch, take a look here. So this is the coolest thing. One of the new things that we have going for us this year, which we didn't have last year, which everyone's going to be really excited about, is going to be our tank sensors. So this is the only big change with our tank sensors. And so what I did today is I actually wanted to load this up. So I put some gray water and black water in there. We are at 13%. We actually have a little alert on my phone telling me, hey dude, you need more fresh water. But as you can see, no one who's ever had a Renegade has had a percentage that is accurate in their black or gray water tank. So our new tank sensors have a percentage that tells you how much you have. Now of course we still have all of our cool features like all lights on, all lights off. We still have control over our leveling jacks here. We can still see all of our readouts. We still have, I mentioned lights already, but as you can see, I can turn everything on and off individually, or I can turn everything off all at once. Super, super awesome. Exterior, interior, bath, all of them work. And then you can take a look at what's going on with your batteries. So you can see how full you are, what you're running. Of course, this has got a 3,000 watt inverter, so that's pretty cool. Big power. Speaking of power, start my generator, stop my generator. Look at all my lines running in. All of this stuff is available. But my most favorite aspect of this app, because Newmar did come out with an app, but what they don't do is they don't allow you to do your slide controls. So I can go here to my slide. I can go to retract on the rear. And as you'll see, Jody's going to go ahead and pan over and take a look at it. Here is my rear slide coming in my bedroom. And there's my laundry folding table coming out so I can do my laundry. Now, one of the most impressive and I think cool things about Renegade is going to be your front slide retracted still gives you so much walking room. So different manufacturers have different traits. The trait with the Renegade Verona is going to be that you have huge walking room with your slide fully closed. So this is a really, really nice feature for those of you that have big dogs, or maybe you've just got a bum knee, something like that. This is a great coach for you because this is the amount of room you have with your slide completely closed. Now Jody's telling me that we have another few questions, so I go ahead and answer those next.
How much is this unit?
So pricing is not something I can disclose online. We have different mediums that we're reporting over. So if someone's asking how much this unit is, you'll have to reach out to me to get a price. Anytime I price a specific unit, I'll send over not only MSRP, but your sale price as well. And I'll do it according to how you have the unit optioned. But because of the different mediums where we advertise, some places it's totally fine to talk about pricing, but in order to have dexterity to be able to post this video in multiple venues, we can't discuss pricing online. So I apologize for that in the future. I know it's a little frustrating, but it's not because we won't give you pricing. We'll be happy to even tell you what your taxes will look like, what payments would be. So please reach out to me after the video and I'd be happy to get you that information, or just go ahead and put your email address in the comments below and I'll send that price sheet over to you right away. Do we have another question?
Yep, second question. What is the weight capacity for the Bunk over the cab?
The weight capacity for the Bunk over cab, okay, I think I remember, and I want to say that it's 450 pounds. That is something I will post later because we've had some back and forth about it, and I recall that it's different than some of the other manufacturers. In fact, yeah, I would feel more comfortable. Don't record that 450 into your mind at all. Just tune in later on today. By this afternoon, I'll have that posted down below in the comment section, and I'll do that on YouTube. So when you go into YouTube, you can just type in the stock number. Today's stock number, by the way, if you're trying to keep reference of this video, I do have all of us here at Transwest. We've got a lot of guys that are, you know, seasoned veterans. Everyone does a different video. We all have kind of a different take. Mine, of course, is more measurements, more opening all the cubbies, all of the interior features. I call it RVs inside out. That's my own personal hashtag. But I always put 5N210635 in my subject line. And the reason I do that is even if this unit's sold, if you want to be able to pull it up easily online, you can type in Transwest 5N210635. That'll bring you back to this unit, and that's where you'll find the answer to the question in terms of the weight capacity. I'll make sure I get that for you today. The other thing I'd like to show too is I have really nice sheets that I do on all of the coaches that we're doing. You know, the Skyline interior, this, you know, sandstone interior, all the measurements, all the weights. And I do this just so I can be accurate during these videos because we have so much to cover. You know, like the $3,000 Magnum inverter. This is a hybrid inverter because it's got, you know, the lithium ion battery pack. Like all of those things, I can provide that information to you, and I have handouts for a lot of those. And then I also have really cool handouts like this, which has got a 2023 change summary, just showing all the differences on this coach versus one from 2022. So any of that information that you would find handy, you know, you can reach out to me. I'll send over a link to a lot of videos. I think I have 160 videos up right now, and probably like 80 or 90 of them are Super C videos of various shapes and sizes, whether it be a Supreme Air or a Classic or a 36 VSB or even a Navion. But I can send over all of the information that you like to see really easily. And of course, my goal overall is to help you buy an RV. Like, I'd like you to become a client of ours as well. But if it's just, you know, simple information, because maybe there's a neighbor down the street that's selling one and you just need some you know, good old-fashioned information, let us know. We actually had a recent purchase. A client that we sold an RV to ended up selling it to his neighbor, and we actually had that neighbor come in and do a full walkthrough. It was a very nominal fee, you know, affiliated with it, but we try to be really great within our community and taking care of people. And I think that that comes a lot because Transwest is a family-owned organization, and you can really feel that the whole way through. So now that you guys have seen kind of, you know, the walking space inside, the easy access throughout the coach, how much room you have here with the slides closed, let's go ahead and venture outside, Jody, and take a look at the beautiful Skyline exterior that we have on this 2023 Verona 36 VSB. As mentioned earlier, you've got 100-gallon fuel capacity, and your AquaHot 250D is running off of that capacity. And my generator is also running off of that. It's an 8-kilowatt quiet diesel generator. And what I would like to talk about, before we do that, so this, I have the steps locked, but I love this year we've actually created it where there's a magnet, so you can have your screen door closed. If you don't have the step locks, your steps will go in, so you can keep your puppies inside and have your step retracted, which is new for this year. I like that feature a lot. Anyway, so back to this exterior. So one of the great things about the marriage between Freightliner and Cummins is that you can see this 8.9 liter ISL, all painted red. You've got your beautiful Freightliner chassis here underneath, all clad in black. You got your new design for your Amish racing wheels. No, we call these American racing wheels. To the gentleman who's guaranteed to chime in, maybe you like these ones better. He calls them Amish racing wheels. I always get kind of a kick out of it. Your side marker indicators are still here. So a lot of the same nice features that you have. Beautiful chrome bumper. One thing that we don't talk about a lot that we really should make mention of, though, is one of the best aspects of an RV is the way that drive and handle of a Super C, so that semi-truck feel. For those of you that are towing things that are heavier, it's really nice to have this engine up front so you can have a heavier payload in the back. So this is a great tow vehicle. So if you've got something like a large boat, if you've got a trailer that you're pulling behind you, maybe you want to bring out an F-150 and put all your bikes in the back of it, things along those lines. This is definitely a capable unit for you, but the tires make a really big difference. So this is a Bridgestone 295/75 R22.5. So really, really big, meaty tire. You got lots of nice grip, going to keep you safe going down the road. And then another thing I really like about the Renegade product is I love these chrome step plates. So these are so nice because they've got these really kind of sharp ridges on them that'll get really good grab on your shoes. And then as you can see, Freightliner is very specific in the way that they construct their coaches to make it easy access, because as you can imagine, a lot of truck drivers spend a lot of time on the road. So having air ride seats that are heated is really important for them, but also places to hang on to so that when you're getting into the cab, it's very easy for you to get up and into the RV. So really, really like that feature as well. Now, the other thing I think worth making mention of is you've got your dual fill right up here next to the front door, and it's on both sides. I would fill both tanks at the same time. And then you also have your def tank located in the same area. Oh, so this is going to be a great time to go ahead, open our app, and I'm going to turn off my generator from outside as soon as it gets done pairing. Now, this first little cabinet here is where we always keep our Outlander fire pit. I love that. And then I'm just going to show you guys how we do this. So here we are. Oh, as we go underneath here so we can see this. So here's my generator. I can see my gen hours right there, and I'll go ahead and just hit stop. And then I've turned my generator off. So I can use this app not just inside or outside of my coach, but even if I'm going down the road, maybe the kids want to like microwave a burrito, I can go ahead and start my gen just from my phone without having to get up and touch that panel. But back to my Outlander fire pit, fit perfectly in here. A really great thing to have in Colorado where we have so many fire bans. We always used our sound bar outside. Great to listen to a little Jimi Hendrix, maybe some Led Zeppelin while you're barbecuing, getting ready for the party. Of course, you could also watch the Broncos game Monday night here in Colorado. Go Broncos. See, look at this. Man, talk about the orange and blue, baby. All right, I totally did that on purpose, by the way. So you can see our slide locks here. Another really nice thing about this compartment, you've got two 110 outlets out here, and there's a grommet there, so you could actually run a cord. So if you wanted to be able to power up your blender, make some margaritas, you could do that and have everything kind of sit outside. Now, I don't know if you can hear when I'm closing these doors how strong these latches are, but that is because we do have 2 latches per door. Another great feature by Renegade. I'm ready for you, Brian. What's your question?
Is this an all-electric motor?
Yes, this is full electric. There's no propane on board. This is definitely one of the best reasons to get this. So if you're looking for something that's propane based, go into our Valencia product. It comes with that 6.7 liter ISB, a little lighter weight, but really capable, very nice RV. But for you that are looking for something all electric, Brian, I'm a huge fan. If you want to talk about it, of course, you're more than welcome to reach out. But this is a very nice price point to get into that full electric coach. So yes, absolutely. With a big Magnum inverter, with 3 lithium-ion batteries, with 3 175 watts of, or 3 175 watt panels of solar on top, so over 500 watts of solar coming in. This is a really awesome vehicle. Like I said, probably my favorite Super C for the money out there in the marketplace. Probably what I would call the best buy. Okay, so big bay, as you can see, I've got an air chuck here. This is long enough to air up all of my tires if I happen to be running a little bit low. And then once again, look at that big Amish racing wheel here in the back, the American X racing wheels, the new series. It's got a new cut to it, so just a little bit different than last year's design. And then once again, 295, 75, R22.5. So these tires are the front and the rear are the same. So if you do get a flat, you could sub them out. Sandy, I know you wanted to make sure I got your ottomans. Here are both of your ottomans. Folks, if you don't order two, it comes with one. So we made sure we ordered two on this coach. That has been an issue in the past. As I mentioned earlier, this is that Skyline exterior, beautiful color. Another great compartment here. This holds a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket really, really well with a bottle of propane. So for those of you that have an Outlander fire pit or just a barbecue that uses propane, this little compartment here is fantastic for that type of storage. We did talk about our 3-inch receiver. Of course, we can flip this ball, so you've got two different sizes. We've got our Voyager connector, standard. We also have our 7-pin connector. And again, this is a 20,000 pound towing capacity with 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. So this is a beast. Another nice thing about this rear fiberglass end cap is that this is one piece and this is one piece. So if you have an oopsie down here, you don't have to replace up here. So we really like that feature. Of course, you've got your rear view backup camera right up top there as well. And then here, we have our 36-foot power cord, and it is on a power retractable reel. We also have our surge protector here, and this coach does come with a 30 amp adapter. It is a 50 amp coach. Also the optional mud flap, I missed that, but it's right there. Here's that 8 kilowatt quiet Onan diesel generator. There's also a start feature out here, so 2 panels inside, your phone, and here, very easy to get your generator up and running if you need to run your air conditioning or do some laundry. One of my favorite aspects of this coach is going to be this water bay. I love the way they use the water jet to etch out all of the labels. They're never going to wear off. There's your cable inlet as well, so if you're at a park that has cable, you can run it right there. And you see this little power button here where it says retract. That's for your power water reel. That is an optional feature, definitely recommend it. And then here's your whole house water filter as well. And as you can see, your low point drain is very easily accessible. And I am so sorry, I didn't show you the 2 75-gallon water tanks under the bed, but there is no underbed storage in this unit. We do have 2 huge water tanks underneath the bed. And what's nice about that though, once again, this is all about being more efficient in terms of how you're weighted, like where you're putting the weight of that coach or that water. But not only that, it's inside. So it's inside that heated area, so much less likely to freeze. And then back here, we have heat tape, or we have 110 heat tape on here, so we can keep these from defrost or from freezing as well. So this is your gray and black water tank. Again, these are both 75-gallon tanks, and they're heated, and there are sensors on them that will tell you if they're cold. So we like that. And then here is that 250 Aqua Hot unit. Now keep in mind, if you don't have Aqua Hot juice, so in other words, if your cold line is below this fill line, you will not have heat, you will not have hot water. So it's really important to always have extra hydronic fluid with you. If you mention that you've watched this video, I will make sure you get a free gallon when you leave here. You will be a very happy person because it's very hard to get Amazon to deliver Aqua Hot juice to you in the middle of the forest. So highly recommend. As mentioned earlier, very exciting. We've got our 3 lithium-ion batteries here, as well as our 2 chassis batteries. And again, 3 175-watt solar panels on top, a 6-gallon DEF tank, the other half of that 50-gallon fuel or fill tank, and then, as mentioned earlier, really easy in and out. So let's go ahead and get up here and talk a little bit about the dash. So you got your Garmin here with your rear view camera, very easily accessible. And then you'll see here, you've got your mobile eye. And so what that's gonna do is you've got your lane tracking package on this coach. So Always wait for it to cycle, wait for that little engine light to turn off. So you can see I just turned the dash on. Take a few seconds here. After I've turned the dash on, I'm gonna wait for that to go off, and then I'll go ahead and turn my engine over. Now, when I turn it over, you heard that little farty sound? That's your lane tracking package. The other thing that you have here is your WABCO on-guard system. As you can see, it will tell you nothing is detected right now. It's blue. If you're far enough away from somebody, this will turn green. If you're getting too close, it will turn yellow. If you are too close, it will start yelling at you and turn red. Very awesome feature. Nice. Also, you've got Bluetooth connectivity. Of course, everyone's familiar with Garmin. A nice, easy to use navigation system. All of your controls for your air conditioning up front are very basic, very simple. Lock and unlock, mirror heat, power windows, 6-speed Allison transmission, and engine brake. Go ahead, easy to mute, easy to use. And then fog lamps as well. Turn your engine brake on if you want it to work. You do have a high and low setting, but if you don't have it on, it won't work. Hey, imagine that. All right, dash is super simple to read. Very, very basic. Nothing complicated, not glass. Don't worry about losing it. Don't worry about something going out and not being able to see it. It's always there. Just good old-fashioned M2 106 chassis. And then, as you can see, also you have your brake line or your trailer brake integrated into this coach. Adjustable steering column right here. And then, as you can see here, you've got your cruise control sitting and all of your lights, windshield washers, power mirrors on the door, air ride seats. Wait, look, for 2023, they still haven't fixed the visor so that I can do my lip gloss before I get out and go into the restaurant, which is so annoying, but one of these days. Plenty of room to keep lip gloss up here. Nice air horn. No one will wonder whether or not you're serious. So I think that that's enough of the interior component. I want to show you just a few things like the jump points for your batteries outside underneath. And then, like I said, so I am wearing probably the most inefficient shoes for work today. And I can still make this look really easy because honestly, all the different handles and points in here make it very easy to get in and out of this RV. Like I said, I wanted to make sure we talked about how easy it is to access your filters, change things out here. One of the #1 reasons, of course, people consider getting a Super C, but also your jump points for negative and positive are right down here on this side of the engine. She farted on you. You got another camera down here on this side, and then let me just show you and how badass it looks when it is closed. Again, this is the Verona 36 VSB. This is our first 2023. John and Sandy, I know that you found me on a video. I just really want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of your fantastic experience, your new magnificent RV. Again, for those of you who are interested in having some help with this, you can always find me here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV at 303-562-8659. And I would love to get you on the road and camping, and go Broncos. Thanks, you guys.